Hello, this is a video to demonstrate adding SoftChalk lessons to your D2L course, as well as once they are entered to just ensure that they're working properly with the right settings and also linking to the gradebook. So for the purposes of this video, I'm going to use an upcoming shell for this semester that's currently empty. So I just went ahead and created a Chapter 1 module so you can see where we actually add the SoftChalk lesson. You would go to Add Existing Activities, and in this case we would choose External Learning Tools. And I had previously added all of the SoftChalk lessons to this course, copied them over from a previous semester, from a previous course shell. And so if we're in Chapter 1, naturally we would select the Chapter 1 SoftChalk lesson, and typically instructors add this to their lecture or to their PowerPoint slide module for the chapter. It seems to be a more natural place to put it. And normally we have deleted any extraneous PowerPoint slide files, leaving just one PowerPoint slide file in this the lecture module. So this SoftChalk lesson would accompany the PowerPoint slides, the PowerPoint slide file that you have in Chapter 1. So from this view, what we want to do now that we have it added into this module, we want to actually check it out and make sure that it's working properly. So let me pull it up. From the instructor's view, we can view the lesson itself, and then, so if we wanted to do that, we would click on View Lesson. Pretty self-explanatory. And so the lesson pops up for us. We can check it and see the videos. Again, it's the instructor view, so you're basically just looking at the lesson, not necessarily making any changes to it. So all looks good from there. Let me go back out to that main landing page here. What we want to do is make sure that the grading method and maximum attempts are correct. And personally, I have it set up for the unlimited attempts, so students can go back and access it as many times as they want. But I see that the grading method here says most recent score. We actually want to change that so it says highest score or best score. So I'm going to click on Change Grading Method. Click on the drop-down arrow, highest score, and then click on Change Grading Method, which we should see that change up here immediately. There we go. So now it's the highest score, unlimited attempts. If we scroll down below, and if the maximum attempts is not unlimited, it would just be the same procedure. Come over here and change it so that it's unlimited. Okay, so scrolling down here, we see, or I see that we should see that there's no completion summary, but you can see whether or not students have accessed the SoftChalk lesson. So that kind of gives you a history and detail as to student activity. But we don't have a gradebook item. So what we want to do is add a gradebook item, clicking on that area, which it's a little bit, may not seem obvious to do that it doesn't appear like a hyperlink or a link that you can do something. So add a grade item. There's currently no grade item. It's been a while since I've done this, so hopefully I won't fumble through it too badly, but we can just call this Chapter 1. I oftentimes abbreviate SoftChalk with SC, and then you might want to make a SoftChalk lesson category. So we'll just call it SoftChalk Lessons. And these are, you can make them any number of points you wish. Some instructors have them as 5, some have them as 10. I use 10 for my class, but again, you can change that here. I'm just leave it for now to the default 10 points. It's not going to be something that can be exceeded, and it's cannot be excluded from the final grade, so we'll leave those blank. Okay. And the rest of that does not need to get changed in any way, so we'll just say create. So the SoftChalk lessons are worth 10 points per lesson in your D2L gradebook. And we'll go ahead, I think, and click save, and that's what we should see. SoftChalk Lessons, Chapter 1, SoftChalk. Okay, so now now you have that gradebook item in D2L. Matter of fact, why don't we go ahead and check out and see if that indeed was created or not. There we go. We see Chapter 1, SoftChalk Lessons. And we see that there's a category with an item within that category. So that all appears as what like it worked well. We've got our SoftChalk lesson within the content module. We can click on it. We can view the settings within the SoftChalk lesson itself. We can view the lesson itself. We can see student activity down here below, and we've created the gradebook item. And now you can add date restrictions to these, but I generally don't go through that hassle because from one semester to the next, the dates would not copy over with your Manage Dates feature. I typically just feel like they're only worth 10 points if students want to access them early or late. It's not going to make a big deal, so I just typically don't change those. The one last thing that we can alter or edit is we can link these SoftChalk lessons to students' ability to access their quiz. So this class does not yet have any quizzes built in or copied in yet, so I'm going to pull us over to another course and show you what that looks like. So here is a shell that has quizzes, and you see there's this icon here, and that's the conditionally released icon. So if we go into the quiz settings for Chapter 1 in this section and click on Restrictions, we see this little note here under the additional release conditions that says receives greater than or equal to 80% on grade item, and that being the Chapter 1 SoftChalk lesson. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is just delete that out, save this. Now we see that setting is not there. What we would want to do then is create and attach. If you're coming into your course and you don't have that setting already there, create and attach, select condition type, and it would be for the score on a quiz. Select the quiz where we are in the Chapter 1 quiz. The criteria is greater than or equal to 80%, and we got to put in the grade we want, or the percent we want, which is 80. Now we're going to click Create, and it's receives greater than or equal to 80% on the quiz. Oh, but I made a mistake. I actually did this the first time I tried to set up these settings. Funny that I did it again. So let's go back, create and attach, select condition type. So it is actually a grade value on a grade item. Let's try that. There we go. So the grade item that we want to link to this quiz is actually the Chapter 1 SoftChalk lesson. The criteria is greater than 80%, and the grade that we want students to achieve on the SoftChalk lesson is an 80. So we'll click on Create. So now I have the correct setting. So what we've done is we have created, I'll go ahead and hit Save and Close. We have created a conditional release that in order for students to access this and all future quizzes in this course, they have to score 80% or higher on the Chapter 1 SoftChalk lesson. What that means is we are preventing students access to this quiz until they have achieved 80% or higher. So we're forcing them to go through the SoftChalk lesson. This is kind of something new for students. They're not accustomed to this, and what will happen is that in their gradebook each week, even though this course hasn't started yet, I'll switch over to the student view and now click on quizzes. We don't see any quizzes in this course as from a student's view, and that is because they're not released yet to them. So you might get students, you probably will get students very likely will get students who email you in a frantic panic saying, instructor, where's the quiz for this week? I haven't, it's not available to me, but I see that it's in the schedule. So within everyone's course, we have created a document called the About SoftChalk Lessons document. You want to put that document into your course. You also want to put it into your syllabus. It explains to students that they must score 80% or higher on the quiz in order, on the SoftChalk lesson in order to access their weekly quiz. So if we go back here to content, in the Getting Started module, there is a SoftChalk Lessons About SoftChalk Lessons document. If we click on that, again, this will probably be new and foreign to the majority of online students, this linking of SoftChalk lesson grades to the gradebook for quiz access. So right here in bold, SoftChalk lessons must be completed with a score of 80% or higher. You have unlimited attempts, so it's not as though they only get one crack at it, before the graded chapter quiz in D2L becomes available to you. So that is also something I place in my syllabus. I also place it in, I also make a course news announcement about it with this entire, the remainder of this information so that students clearly understand how to correctly use and pass SoftChalk lessons to gain access to their quiz. Okay, so I think that just about does it. Just to recap, again, we've added the SoftChalk lesson by clicking on Add Existing Activities, selected External Learning Tools, selected the corresponding chapter SoftChalk lesson for that chapter being covered. We went into the lesson itself by clicking right on that very same link that students will click on. We changed the grading settings. We created a gradebook item, and then we went in, checked that the gradebook item existed, and then lastly we went to our quizzes and we created a conditional release for students to not gain access to their chapter quiz until they've successfully completed the SoftChalk lesson. So as always, if you have any questions about this video, please feel free to reach out to me. I think I forgot to introduce myself, but this is James Stevens, HWE HPR Online Lead. Thank you very much.